Welcome back to the fourth Esports Awards Spotlight Show. We are joined now by your 2019 Esports Cosplayer of the Year, LittleJem. How's your day been going so far?
It's really good. As good as it can be in this time that we're in right now. But yeah, it's been nice hanging out with my dogs. How's your day been?
It's been great so far, even better now that we're graced by your presence. Speaking of which, I have heard from a little birdie that you have actually attended every Esports Awards show since its inception.
I have. It's crazy. Like these years have completely flown by, but it's amazing how much progress and how much bigger we've got. Myself and Esports Awards, and looking back at when we first started, it's such a big difference. It's great.
I feel that, I've been working with Esports Awards for a couple of years now, and we work outside of Esports Awards, and then you kind of come in once a year, so it's kind of like almost measuring yourself at home, and going, oh, I've grown this much, and you can kind of see how much we've grown individually as well as the award. It's fun coming back year after year for sure. I feel that.
And that's one of those things where we all get to track our own growth internally, but you, on the other hand, have a physical representation of your growth over time, walking away with the award for this category last year. How great did it feel to have your talent recognized?
It was amazing, honestly. I really, truly did not expect that award would be handed to me. I originally went out thinking that it was literally just because I'd been there every single year and it would have been a shame if I missed it. But when the camera actually came over, it was a crazy moment because I thought he was filming me just because I was the only cosplayer there. And I literally whispered to my friend who came with me, oh, it's pretty mean. They're filming me lose this award. And then when he said my name, I was just a few seconds of just, no, that's not real. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go on stage. So yeah, it was amazing. It's still amazing. I have it very proudly up in my cabinet in my front room.
Yeah, it's a big moment for sure, especially when Esports Awards, it's part fan, part industry, so you kind of know you've rang both bells. We were talking earlier about how different this year is to other years for a myriad of different reasons, right? But when it comes down to it, you do what I do, right? We go to a live event with a lot of people and we work off of the energy, and this year that's a little different. How do you stay motivated in the year 2020 when it comes to your cosplay?
Oh gosh, to be honest, this is something that I have sort of ping-ponged around battling. I'd be lying if I said it's been always super easy, but I think the main thing is I've actually used cosplay as a coping mechanism throughout normal life struggles, which is kind of why I got so addicted to it. And I think it still continues to do that for me. I find the stressful parts of cosplay and the tedious parts of cosplay really therapeutic. And I know that makes me really weird, but it's the truth. So yeah, I've just been continuing to do that really. And that's how I use it as my motivation, because it's kind of my motivation to stay sane.
Yeah, there is no ease when it comes to cosplay as an art, as you have displayed with a lot of your work. You mentioned the fact that some of those tedious moments are some of the things you like most. But what would you say is your favorite cosplay that you have created, and or the most difficult to make, whether those are one and the same or not?
Oh gosh, my favorite to make. Ooh. I find them all super fun. So, for example, making my Vanellope cart. You might have seen it. It's like a cart that looks like a smashed up cake. And it's a Disney princess who drives it around, and she's got this total badass attitude, and it's super fun. But I made it, and I was like, hey, I have 2 weeks to make this, and I was saying to my friends, am I going to have to do it? And I looked at it and I was like, it's literally a smashed cake. Of course I can make it. Even if it looked messy, it's supposed to. But that was super fun. But my hardest and also most beloved costume has to be Toothless, because I had to change one person into a 5-meter long dragon. And I was truly awesome, because I didn't think I could do it. It was always a dream cosplay that I would just have on the back burner. And then suddenly I was like, I'm just going to do it. And then, yeah, I did.
That cart that you're talking about, is that the one? I was looking at your Twitter earlier. Is that the one you have pinned up top?
Oh yeah, loud and proud.
I
all the
love
way
it.
down. to London.
I love it. I'm here for it. That's the type of stuff. Like I always talk about cosplay, like, you know, extending our world, you know, and that's absolutely it. I thought that was awesome. So just 10 points for me, straight up.
I actually had like 50 Spider-Men. I'm not kidding you. 50 Spider-Men chased me and clapped me when I got to Comic-Con. It was the weirdest thing. Like, you think getting an award is like crazy to me. That actually happened as well. And they're like hand in hand for me, both crazy.
That's an interesting world too, that cosplay, that's unique to cosplay. Casters, players, teams, etc. We don't get those interactions where like you're in cosplay as a character and you see another character in cosplay and you have these unique kind of like, you know, moments. Do you have a moment like that besides the Spider-Man one that really comes to mind? Those are fun.
Oh gosh. I mean, we get such a range of different personalities, types of people, and reactions. Like, I have kids, you know, that will come up and they'll generally think my Toothless is real and they don't want to say goodbye because they know that they might not see Toothless again. And I have to keep that completely in like character, but it's so rewarding. And then, of course, you get all these amazing, amazing players and other people that are exactly like me that come up to you and they display how much like you could have influenced their artistic side, or you're being a character that they love seeing in their game. And when I go to esports events, especially, like, the community just really sort of welcomes you. And it truly is really nice to be sort of celebrating over a character you both love. It's really cool.
While some of the characters that people draw from are sometimes from other forms of art, I mean, it's deeply rooted within the gaming scene, right? Is there a particular game that inspired you to want to pursue this craft?
Yeah, actually, League of Legends, and I've always said this loud and proud, has been the reason I actually started cosplay. I played League of Legends. I previously mentioned how I liked stressful and tedious things. Well, when I first started League of Legends, I wasn't very good, so I found it a little tedious. But I started getting actually a lot better, and I just loved it. And I got so addicted. I play it all the way through my master's in university, and yeah, it was like it was the way I sort of really stressed. But then I just started really loving the character designs. I was like, I'm going to make that. And it sort of started off as like kind of like a Halloween thing. And then I was like, oh, there's going to be like League of Legends players at this convention, so I'm going to go there. And then I was like, I'm going to wear that costume I made. So that's how it started, really.
That's fun, like real organic. Yeah, I mean that's community. You know, that's why we're all here, right? And so with that in mind, you know, there's a lot of, you know, obviously you're up for the award one more time. There's a lot of people that are out there doing the same thing. Who do you look at? Who are your favorite cosplay superstars besides yourself, because you're number one, right? But besides yourself, who's your favorites in the scene?
I know, honestly, there hasn't been a single person that I haven't met or seen online that I haven't been inspired by. And I know that sounds sort of like what a lot of people say, but that's because it's true. There are many people that I have looked up to for ages. Like, a few names might be like Jessica Nigri, Kimpatsu, Willow Cosplays. Recently been doing some super amazing work. Well, not recently, but she's really been getting noticed by a lot of people. She deserves it. And, you know, there are just endless amounts of people that I constantly see online. And I'm like, wow, I want to make it like that. Or this is so cool, I want to share this. And yeah, it's endless, really. Honestly, anyone and everyone I've noticed of all different kinds of backgrounds are producing what, you know, their version of art, and it's awesome.
You mentioned all of these cosplay artists that you look up to, but the reality is, having taken away this award yourself, a lot are looking up to you at this point. Do you have any advice for anyone that is aspiring to grab an esports award for themselves or get started in cosplay as deeply as you have?
Oh gosh, I would say definitely start. If you're starting as a cosplayer, a new cosplayer, start with something you really love, because when you make it, you have this really awesome feeling of being proud to show off the character that you love, and also having the momentum to sort of actually get the costume done because you do love the character. And for anyone who's been cosplaying for a while, definitely just keep making silly things as well. I feel like people forget how fun cosplay can be, and I think once you start doing silly costumes or like sort of derpy cosplays, that's when you sort of remember how much fun it really is. And they're the ones that get you noticed as well, because you're having so much fun.
That's something that I can absolutely reverberate, across all disciplines, whatever you're doing, whether it's cosplay, casting, or otherwise. If you're having fun, we will see it. Every artist will agree. If you're having fun, you truly like love what you do, it will come out in the product. So, I got to double down on that. That is, from one artist to another. I totally agree with that, Jem. Thank you so much for nailing that.
You're welcome.
And of course, you mentioned the trophies before. How do you proudly display the Esports Award trophy? Do you show it off to friends when they come to visit?
I have like a mix. I feel like I try to stay humble. Obviously, I'm super proud, but I did buy a massive like cabinet that has like glass windows, and it's right in the middle. And then I've got some other awards on the smaller sides, but this one's like right in the middle. So, and then also it's kind of like an eyesore actually. So it kind of forced a conversation. Maybe I did that on purpose, but I didn't really think about it. But it's there now, so everyone talks about it when they come in.
Hey, you want to see an eyesore? I would show you my attempts at cosplay in Italy Sphere falling apart somewhere in this apartment. That's what you call an eyesore. But everything that we've seen from you is absolutely beautiful. LittleJem, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us.
You're welcome. It was lovely having you guys.